Did Windows ever support any hardware architectures other than x86? Microsoft Windows Internals, 4th edition says, the architecture of the Intel x86 processor defines 4 privilege levels, or rings, to protect system code and data from being overwritten either inadvertently or maliciously by code of lesser privilege. Windows uses privilege level 0, or ring 0, for kernel mode and privilege level 3, or ring 3, for user mode. The reason Windows uses only 2 levels is that some hardware architectures that were supported in the past, such as Compaq Alpha and Silicon Graphics MIPS, implemented only 2 privilege levels. Does this mean Windows once supported Alpha and MIPS?
Microsoft released Windows NT 3.1 in 1993 as the first purely 32-bit version of Windows. Windows NT was developed as a multi-architecture operating system. Initially supported different CPU architectures, including IA32, DEC Alpha, MIPS, and PowerPC. The original idea was to have a common code base with a custom hardware abstraction layer, HAL, for each platform. However, support for MIPS, Alpha, and PowerPC was later dropped in Windows 2000.
As far as I know, there are 8 base architectures, and a number of subvariants, of which only 2 are still supported today with Windows 10. Windows 1.0 to 3.11, Windows 95, 98, and Millennium Edition. x86, 16-bit and 32-bit variants, including 8086, 80186, 80286, 80386, 80486, Pentium, Pentium Pro, Pentium 2, Pentium 3, P4, Core Duo, Core I and various Celeron and Atom designs. This also includes various compatible AMD and NEC CPUs. Windows CE. MIPS, x86, ARM, thanks at PJC 50. Not sure if CE ever ran on Alpha, PowerPC. Windows NT. x86, x64, or AMD 64, both names are used, MIPS, Alpha, IA32, IA64, PowerPC. Support for MIPS, Alpha and PowerPC was dropped in Windows 2000. Itanium was server-only starting with Windows 2000 and 32-bit, IA32, it was dropped for 2008 and 64-bit, IA64, with server 2012 if I recall correctly. Only x86, limited to some specialty netbook tablet devices, and x64 are currently still valid for Windows 10. Windows Phone. ARM, maybe also MIPS? Windows 10 for IoT. x64, ARM.
Windows XP 64-bit and Windows Server 2003-2008 R2 support the Intel Itanium IA64 architecture.
Windows Surface tablets released in 2012 used a 32-bit ARM architecture. This specific version was named Windows RT. It is essentially an addition of Windows 8.x built for the 32-bit ARM architecture, ARM7. Due to the different architecture of ARM-based devices compared to x86 devices, Windows RT has software compatibility limitations. Windows RT has been discontinued. Source: Wikipedia.
The Windows NT line has supported various architectures over the years. MIPS and Alpha were supported from 3.1 to 4.0. Alpha actually made it as far as a release candidate for Windows 2000, but it didn't make it to the final release. PowerPC was seen in 4.0 only. IA64, Itanium, was supported in Windows XP. It was also supported in the server line from Server 2003 to Server 2008 R2. Microsoft has ported Windows to ARM but then artificially crippled the resulting systems in various ways. With Windows RT, the ARM version of Windows 8, the system was pretty much complete, but third-party desktop apps were locked out. With the various ARM variants of Windows 10, the desktop seems to be gone completely.
If you want to support this channel, please consider subscribing.